Hello guys, welcome back, PK here. So this video is for the beginners of Cauchy Residue Theorem. And it says if f of z is analytic inside analytic functions, it might be better to make a separate video to talk about analytic functions with some examples. There will be many ways to describe your f of z that is analytic. We can say f of z is analytic that is locally given by a convergent power series. We can also say f of z is analytic inside of the region R of a complex plane, if f of z is differentiable at every point of the R, and if f of z is a single value. But for now, we can say if f of z is analytic inside and on a simple closed curve C, except for a finite number of singular points from a1 to an inside of that C, then this integral of the C, we can call this as a contour of f of z at dz, that is 2 pi I times sum of the residues of f of z at those points. Then we need to talk about how to evaluate the residues by working on two cases. Case number one is if you're working on z is equal to a, that is a simple pole of f of z. Or the case number two is if that is the pole of order n of f of z. Simply speaking, the simple pole is just the pole of order 1. If you're working on the simple pole, then the residue of f of z when z is equal to a, that is limit z is going to a of z minus a times f of z. And if you're working on case number 2, pole of order n, when n is greater than 1. We have this little complicated formula, but anyway, the residue of f of z when z is equal to a is 1 over n minus 1 factorial times limit n is going to a. Then this part is saying n minus 1 the derivative of z minus a to the power of n times f of z. Okay, before we move on to some examples, let's talk about a pole. So like I said, simple pole is a pole of order 1. And pole is a positive integer such that the limit z is going to z naught of z minus z naught to the power of n times f of z, if this is not equal to 0. Then we can say that z naught is called the pole of order n for f of z. And if the limit z is going to z naught of f of z is going to infinity, then the z naught is a pole of f of z. And about this order n, easily speaking, for example, when you work on a rational function, and if you factor both the numerator and denominator, order n is like a multiplicity of the factors on your denominator. Okay, so let's get to an example. Okay, here's an example. The question is evaluate this contour integral of z minus 1 over z plus 1 squared times z minus 2 dz, where c is the circle of absolute value of z minus I is equal to 2 using Cauchy Residue Theorem. If you want to know how this absolute value of z minus I is equal to 2 is a circle, we can represent the z as the standard form of a complex number, that is x plus iy. Then use complex arithmetic rule. That is about absolute value of a plus bi. This is the same as square root of a squared plus b squared. Okay, so going back, what we can work on is now then the absolute value of the z, that is x plus iy minus I. That is equal to 2. So we can say absolute value of x plus, now parenthesis, y minus 1, I. This is equal to 2. So the left-hand side part, we can use this complex arithmetic rule. So that is y. This part is square root of x squared plus y minus 1 squared. That is equal to 2. So that means x squared plus y minus 1 squared is now equal to 2 squared. So this is going to be the formula for your circle. Okay, then going back to the question, let's say f of z is your integrand, that is z minus 1 over z plus 1 squared times z minus now 2. Then it looks like we have 2 of the z naughts that we talked about in the formula, right? That is, z is now negative 1 and now 2. For example, z naught, if this is equal to now 2, this is a simple pole. Because the multiplicity of the factor of z minus 2 is equal to 1, right? So this is the pole of order 1 that we can say simple pole. And if z naught is equal to negative 1, this is the pole of order 2. Then at the same time, c was now absolute value of z minus I, that is equal to 2. So what we need to check is which one of these two z naughts, -1 or 2, is inside of this curve C, meaning less than 2. So let's check first of all. Let's check the simple pole first, that is z naught is equal to now 2. Then absolute value of z minus I, this is going to be now then the z naught minus I. That should be the same as absolute value of 2 minus I. Okay, so using complex arithmetic rule, this is the same as square root of 2 squared plus -1 now squared. That is square root of 5. That is now greater than 2. Meaning this 2 is outside of your curve. That is not the one we need to consider. And move on to this z naught is -1. This is the pole of order 2. So in that case, now absolute value of z minus I is z naught minus I. That is simply absolute value of -1 minus I. Using complex arithmetic rule, this is the same as square root of -1 now squared plus -1 squared, which is square root of the 2, that is less than 2. So that means that z naught -1 is inside of your curve C. So this is the one that we need to consider. Okay, then we need to talk about the residue of f of z when your z is now z naught of -1. Make sure -1 is the pole of order 2. So we need to work on the first derivative. And then it looks like this is the limit that your z is going to z naught, that is -1, of d2 minus 1 over dz2 minus 1, which means just the first derivative of now z plus 1 square times f of z. So working this out, it is the same as then the limit z is going to -1. And then just the d over dz. And then inside of the bracket, it should be now then the z plus 1 square times f of z was z minus 1 over z plus 1 square times z minus 2. Okay, so it looks like we can cancel this z plus 1 square out, right, inside of your bracket. So we should be working on limit z is now going to -1. Okay, then it looks like just the first derivative of z minus 1 over z minus 2. Okay, so let's work on the first derivative of z minus 1 over z minus 2 with respect to the z. Okay, so this is going to be the quotient rule. So if you work this out, looks like you can square the denominator, so z minus 2 squared. Okay, then we have z minus 2 minus z minus 1. So that means we should have z got canceled out, and then -2 plus 1, that is -1. -1 over z minus 2 squared. This is what we have. So eventually, we need to work on the limit. Z is going to -1 of this whole thing. -1 over z minus 2 squared. Plug in -1 to the z, then this is equal to -1 over 9. This is the one and only residue that we need to consider. So this integral we are looking for, the contour integral of f of z dz. Using the formula we talked about in the beginning of the video, it is now that the 2 pi I times the sum of the residue. But then again, we have only one residue, that is -1 over 9. So the answer for this question is -2 pi over 9 times I. This is the answer for the question.